Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. Today is October 30th, 2025. Here's your 5-minute roundup of yesterday's biggest market movers and financial headlines, perfect for investors, traders, and anyone watching Wall Street. Let's dive straight in. The S&P 500 powered higher, notching a gain of 0.5%. The Dow Jones closed slightly up after a mid-session dip, and the Nasdaq continued its relentless run, also up by about 0.5%. The star of the session? Nvidia, smashing through the $5 trillion market cap barrier and driving a tech rally that left even Bitcoin in the rearview mirror. We'll break that down, plus Broadcom's jaw-dropping payouts, Meta's market momentum, and the rapid rise of tokenized US stocks on blockchain. By the end of today's show, you'll have the insight to understand what's driving markets and what to watch next. Let's start with the market's headline act, Nvidia rewriting the record books. Nvidia steals the spotlight with $5 trillion market cap. Nvidia lit up Wall Street again, climbing 4.6% to close at around $1,790 per share. The company's year-to-date rally has now outpaced Bitcoin and even the red-hot S&P 500. What's fueling the rocket? Investors are piling in on the back of Nvidia's non-stop AI-powered partnerships this week alone, cutting deals with Palantir and Samsung, announcing a $1 billion Nokia investment, and exploring supercomputers with the U.S. Department of Energy. For investors, the impact is undeniable. Nvidia now accounts for over 8% of the S&P 500's total weighting and nearly 1/5 of the index's gains in 2025. If you're tracking market breadth, it's a reminder, mega-cap tech keeps leading the charge, but also concentrates a lot of risk in just a few names. Bitcoin falls behind a stock surge. Next up, Bitcoin has lost a bit of its shine. While gold remains the top-performing major asset class with a 50% jump this year, the S&P 500 isn't far behind, up 17% year-to-date. For the first time in months, both the S&P and the Nasdaq have outperformed Bitcoin, which slipped under $113,000 per coin yesterday. That's about 10% below its record high. The story here? Strong equity markets, especially in tech, are drawing capital away from cryptos and alternative assets. For portfolio builders, the message is clear. Asset rotation and risk appetite still matter, and what's hot in one asset class can cool off quickly. Meta rides AI optimism to near $2 trillion market cap. Let's turn to social media giant Meta platforms. The stock jumped about 5% over the last 8 trading days, adding a staggering $99 billion in value. Shares now stand 28% higher than their price at the close of 2024. This bullishness is fueled by expectations of robust third-quarter earnings and AI-powered ad revenue. Meta's current market cap sits around $1.9 trillion. While these gains may tempt some traders to lock in profits, investors are weighing whether AI tailwinds can justify the momentum, or if a sharp reversal is always just around the corner. The broader message: even the biggest gainers can swing fast, so watching for earnings surprises is critical in today's market. Broadcom's $51 billion payout to shareholders. Moving to the semiconductor space, Broadcom continues to quietly mint money for investors. Over the past decade, Broadcom has shelled out $51 billion to shareholders in dividends and buybacks, ranking as the 53rd largest all-time capital return globally. The company's secret sauce? Dominance in high-margin chips and recurring software revenue, key for data centers, networking, and cloud infrastructure. Last year alone, Broadcom generated nearly $24 billion in free cash flow from $51 billion in revenue. Shareholders love the predictable payouts, but remember, high capital returns sometimes mean less being reinvested for future growth. Broadcom trades at a steep price-to-earnings ratio over 90 times earnings, so the bar is set high for continued performance. Tokenized US stocks take off on BNB chain. Finally, let's talk about a rapidly emerging trend: tokenized stocks. Ondo Finance just expanded its platform to the BNB chain, unlocking 100 US stocks and ETFs, including Apple and Tesla, for trading by BNB's 3.4 million daily users. The primary target? Non-US investors who want access to American equities but face local restrictions. The tokenized equity market has more than doubled since August, hitting $700 million in value. Why does this matter? Blockchain-based trading platforms are opening up new pools of liquidity and access, especially in Asia and Latin America, hinting at a future where stock trading is global, decentralized, and 24/7. Let's wrap it up with a quick recap. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq closed higher, driven by mega-cap tech rallies, with Nvidia and Meta leading gains. Bitcoin slipped as investor attention stayed on equities, and gold topped the performance charts so far this year. Broadcom's steady payouts kept income investors happy, while the rise of tokenized stocks signals a new era of financial market accessibility. Looking ahead, keep your eyes on upcoming corporate earnings, especially from tech giants, plus Friday's inflation data and next week's Federal Reserve policy meeting, which could shape the next leg of the market rally. That's it for today's Stock Market Daily News podcast. If you found this roundup useful, be sure to subscribe, follow us for daily updates, and check our website for deeper analysis. Thanks for listening, and have a profitable day.